Hey guys, it's your girl Jalicia, and I am back with another video. Yay! Clap track. Alright, today I am here to talk all about lint. And if you have had your locks from 3 months to 30 years, you know lint is one of our biggest problems next to buildup. Now I've been asked to make this video for quite a while. Side eye to me for taking so long, but today is the day we're going to get all up into it. This is the lock that I'm going to be using to go ahead and remove the lint, and I'm definitely going to give you guys a close-up when it's time to actually remove the lint. But I'm just going to take it out now because, child, I was lose track. Now, Jalicia, what's the difference between lint and buildup? Aha! I'm glad you asked me that. There's a huge difference between lint and buildup. A being, buildup is caused usually by product or something nasty that you got into your hair. Like, for instance, if you fall into mud, you will have mud buildup. Or you can have something like beeswax buildup, which is also something very common amongst us lockers. Now, lint, on the other hand, is something that's inevitable and comes from everything. It comes from the air, it's the environment, it's your skin, you know, dead skin coming off. It is your scalp shedding. It's, for some people, it's the little white bulbs when their hair comes out in the follicles. There's t-shirt lint. There's all kind of things that can cause lint. And lint is not as disgusting, thankfully, as buildup. Because, you know, depending on what kind of buildup, child, that thing could be smelly, okay? Lint doesn't harm your hair in any way other than it looks unattractive. Now, we all have seen people with locks that have spots in their locks and things like that. And the spots can be a variation of lint buildup, depending on what they're getting into. So it's definitely something that you need to work on. Now, there are a lot of people that say when you take out lint, you should do an ACV rinse. But that's more so along the line for buildup, because that vinegar and thing breaks down the product. For lint, it's something that you can easily pick out. But a lot of people are confused because they feel like picking out your lint damaging your locking some way, where I don't agree. Me personally, when I'm in between black dyes, I try to pick out my lint every time I wash my hair. So, what do you use to pick out your lint? Now, me personally, I use a standard sharp tweezer. Now, I definitely hope you can see that. It's green. And let me zoom in on the edge. You see it's a slanted tip. There's tweezers with pointed tips, straight across tips. So it depends only on what you're comfortable using. I tweeze a lot, so I'm accustomed to using a variation of tweezers, and this is just what I had on hand. Now, what I also will use is a weave needle. Some of you guys know I make repairs with this needle, so I always have a weave needle handy, and I use that to pick it out. You can also use a rat tail comb, anything sharp, a straight pin, whatever you need just to pick that lint out, okay? So it's whatever you want to do. Boo. Now let's get to picking. Whoa. Alright, now this is a lock that started up as some baby hair. If you go back way back in my videos, you remember this lock being the one that was sticking up about this long. And I have some lint right in this groove here where I knotted it. I really hope you guys can see that. Ooh, I just dropped my mirror. So it's a little bit of right in that knot right there. And if you want to know why I knotted it, it's because it was getting thin and I didn't feel like sewing it, so I just knotted it. Okay. So this is how I pick out my lint. So I just take my, what do you call this? Brain fart. Needle. And I just start picking at the lint. Literally. And do not go in and just be like, shh, shh, shh. No. You want to be careful because we're not trying to rip the, can you see the lint lifting up right there? We're not trying to rip off anything or rip the lock in half. We just want that lint, and that's why you need something extra sharp to go ahead and get that off. Now, can you see that? You see that whole lint bubble right there lifting off? I really hope you can see that. Put something dark. Okay, and once you lift it off, you can just pick it up. So, here's my disgusting lint. And that's it. Put it in the garbage, put it in a jar, I don't know. Wherever you want to put it. And if you look at my lock, it's gone. Easy, right? Now, I know some of y'all gonna be like, why you have to pick the smallest lock to show us? I really didn't. It's just, I'm very good about making sure the front of my hair really doesn't have lint. So, most of my lint is in the back. Oh, I do have lint. Trust. It's just not able for me to pick out showing you. You know what I mean? It's gonna be a kind of retarded. So, that's the reason why I didn't do that. Most people have lint in the last 2 rows in the back because that touches the back of every shirt. When you lay it, rubs on everything. So this is usually the most annoying for all lockers. And most people attempt to cut that off, or they usually dye their hair because of the lint is so bad. Kudos to you if you're able to pick the lint on your back. I haven't found anyone that's not a contortionist that is able to do that. But if you can, do that, boo. But usually I get ready to pick mine out, or like I said, I dye it over. But anywhere else, this is how I pick out lint in my hair, my client's hair, my friend's hair. And it's the safest way really because you're not damaging the lock in any way. You're not damaging any of the frizzies around the lock. You're just getting the lint itself out and going about your business. Alright? Now, how many of y'all thought it was going to be way more complicated than that? So all y'all should be lint free, well, at least in the reachable areas, you know what I'm saying? And I definitely hope it helps you. It also doesn't matter whether you're picking out your lint with your hair wet or your hair dry. I find that when your hair's dry, it's easier to pick out. When it's wet, it's kind of stuck and gets clammy, and it's a lot easier in my opinion, but whatever you want to do is fine with me. Alright, so leave your comments down below, and I'll see you guys in the next video as usual. Peace out. Hey.